Hey, Sean.
All right.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Doug. Hi, Vicky.
Hiya.
Hi, Gemma.
Turn that off. And that off. Wait.
It says on Facebook we've got 18 people coming on, so I'm not sure they'll all turn up. There's a few maybes. I think Doug was a maybe.
I know, yeah.
Good to see you, Doug. How you getting on?
Yeah, very good, thanks, Sean. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. You getting plenty of running in with the lockdown?
Yeah, yeah. It's the only thing that keeps me sane.
Is that right? So have you increased your running? That's
No, probably not.
just the same amount.
Yeah.
What about you, Vicky? Have you increased your running or staying the same?
Increased because before I'd finish work and then I'd try and run and then go to a meeting or whatever, and now I'm like, I'm not so stressed with, like, I've got to be back in a certain time. I can just go for however long. So
Yeah, I did 2 minutes more running this month than I did last month.
2 minutes. Awesome. I did less miles this month than last month.
I didn't look at the miles. Hopefully I've done more miles. Hi, Simon. How you doing?
Hi, Sean. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Yeah, fine, thanks, mate.
Is that Anna? Is that Anna?
Hello.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, right.
Would you like to change your name on your map? Can you do that? Then everyone will know who you are.
Yeah, where do I do that then?
So if you go down to the bottom, let me think. How do I change my name? I think you just click on your name, don't you?
I can't see. I can't even.
Rename. There you go. So if you go to your box, there's 3 dots in the top right-hand corner of your box.
Yeah.
Go down there to rename. Well, I think I could rename you. It says here.
Yeah. No, I've got. Yeah.
Can I do that? Will that appear for everyone? Does everyone get Anna now?
Yeah.
That's a bit outrageous, isn't it? I can call you whatever I want.
Ow.
Hello,
Oh, it's Fiona Price.
Fiona Price.
All right, Martin. Good to see you, mate. Oh, no, I'm worried. I bet you know more about this than I do, Martin.
I just wanted to see if I missed anything, Sean.
Oh, dear.
I'm looking forward to the screen shares and the auto setups and the...
Yeah, to be honest, I have never used screen share before. I've had a little bit of practice, so it might not go as smoothly as I hope.
I did a meeting today which had screen share. It worked really well.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, but it depends who's doing the screen sharing, though, doesn't it? Yeah, there's a lot of screen sharing in this.
How many have you got coming?
Well, about 18, so I think we're almost there, aren't we? It's a minute past. We'll wait a couple of more minutes, I think, just in case there's any latecomers. All right, Sarah, how you doing?
All right. Yeah, just done a Joe Whitby session, a bit out of breath.
I was on about a different Sarah, but that's what's going to happen.
How many Sarahs we got?
Only 2, I think.
Oh.
Right, I think Lil's just tuning in. We can call you Lil, can we, Lil?
I was going to say, I think she's ordering pizza. Are you ordering food, Lil?
She's on the phone.
Yeah,
that's
what I mean. She's ordering her dinner. Or is that a wine order?
Yeah.
I love the faces people pull.
Right, we've got for a 16, haven't we?
Yep, 4x4 on the grid.
Sounds good. Okay, shall we get on with it, and then other people can join in with us. So what I'm hoping to do today is cover 6 subjects, and I'm only going to be able to give an overview of all 6 really, because they're all quite in depth, and I think that's why we've got a little bit of a workshop, and it's so popular, is because Garmin and Strava and the GPS devices all provide a little bit kind of they're a little bit techy, aren't they? And I'm just about, for the next half an hour, however long it takes, going to get very nerdy. Oh yeah, Holly said she's going to join us as well. So I realised that nerdism is not very attractive, and I apologise for that in advance.
I've lived with it the rest of my life, Sean.
I try to suppress my nerdism as much as I possibly can.
Hello.
But I know as soon as I start talking about this, it's going to go overboard. So hopefully I don't lose any of you. I'm not going to mute anyone, or if we do mute people because we've got sound issues, there may be some background noise, so I might have to mute you all. If that happens, then I'd like you to unmute yourself if you've got no background noise, and especially if you want to ask some questions. So what we'll do is have Q&As as we go along. Is everyone cool with that? You know, but if you've got a danger of background noise, it is probably best just to, I can hear a dog barking somewhere, probably just best to kind of mute it, so that, because only one channel of audio can be heard at a time, and if otherwise my voice might start fading into the background if other noises come on channel. Is that all right? Mark Sampson's about to join us.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark.
Howdy.
All right, we've just started really. The 6 subjects we're going to cover is Garmin Express, which is the syncing software required on your PC to sync your Garmin device with Garmin Connect, which is the online account software that we use, which is browser access. So that's Garmin Express, and then we're going to look at Garmin Connect. Then we're going to look at a couple of Garmin Forerunner devices. Then we're going to look at the Garmin app, which may be on your smartphones. Then I'll quickly, if I possibly got time left, look at Strava and then the Strava app as well, okay? Because I think that Strava is kind of the way forward myself. That's my personal opinion. And I'm going to give you lots of my personal opinions throughout today as well. So be prepared for that. And not everyone will agree. And if you don't agree, please let me know as well. So Garmin Connect we're going to start with, which is a web-based account. Sorry, yeah, so I got it around the wrong way there. I forgot to do that. I'm going to start with Garmin Connect. I changed my mind. So let me see if I can screen share. This is Garmin Connect here. So let me screen share. Can everyone see?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like, yeah.
as you can see up in the address bar, can you see my mouse moving around okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So up here in the address bar is just the website address, so connect.garmin.com. You may already have this. If not, you probably need it really. And then you need to sign in, or if you haven't got an account, you create one there. Okay. So I'm going to sign in to my own account, not Fiona's. Okay. And then it's going to bring up, sorry, I don't want you to see that one. It's going to bring up this bit here. Is that right? You've got that?
Mm-hmm. No, it's gone.
Now we're looking at File Explorer.
We can see everything now.
That's all right. We're back to Garmin Connect on a resized screen.
Okay. You're going to have to forgive me for this. Hopefully I'll get it.
That's better.
You've got it now, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my notes, so I'll put them on a different screen. It went over my notes. Okay, to sign up or sign in, then the first section here, and you can alter these around. You can just move them by simply moving them around like that. This is how you can operate with a drag arm there. But we're going to go through activities to start with. Okay, now this is a list of everything that you've been doing. So if you click on activities, you can see all the activities you've been doing. You can have them in running, you can have them in cycling. It's all fairly user friendly, and you can also star certain ones, and then it will favorite your runs. So then you can click on favorites, and these are some kind of some activities that I'm proud of. So you can save them on the Garmin app as well through that. So let's just go back. We'll go back to the dashboard, my fitness dashboard, and then we're going to go on to workouts. Okay, which is down here. So this is your main down here. So training and then workouts. Okay. Now this is mainly what I was going to, the session was going to be about, because I think people underuse their Garmin's quite a lot and they want to know how to do a workout. The workout I've got here is set by Fiona for the Wednesday lot this week, and it's probably a little bit too complicated, so we might make it slightly simpler. So if you want to create a workout, so you go down to the workout bit there, and it's got the option of creating a workout. So you decide what one you're going to do. If we're going to do a run workout, we click on run and create a workout, okay? And it'll bring up some kind of template, this is.
Ah.
So if you want to edit it, you can give it a name. It's important to give it a name that we're going to work out. So we'll give it 6 times 1 mins, okay? So there's going to be more to it than that, but we're going to call it 6 times 1 minute. And then we click the tick button, and that's what it's going to be called. So we know what it's going to be called. Warm up. So we can select a time or a distance for a warm up, or in fact, a lap button press. And what a lap button press is, that allows you to kind of do an unset warm up. So you could go out of your house, start warming up, run to the park, and as soon as you get to the park, press the lap button, okay? And then the actual activity, the next step of the activity will start, of the intervals will start. So, or you,
which one's the lap button?
Well, on your Garmin device, you mean? Well, I'm going to cover that later on.
Okay.
But it also doubles up as the back button. So sometimes it says back on your device.
Okay.
It might have a circle with an arrow going anti-clockwise.
Okay.
All right. But look, you can also do your warm up based on calories burnt, or on your heart rate as well. How many times your, I think that's probably how many times your heart beats before. Yeah, as soon as your heart gets to a certain rate, you can base it on that. Okay, so above or below that particular rate, so you warm up until then. Okay, I've got to delete that now and add a step.
You can also put it on for 10 minutes, can't you? So you can have a warm up of 10 minutes.
Yeah, so that's,
and then
that's,
if you bump into somebody and you have to stop, you can just press pause, and then it will carry on again. When you carry on, it'll say, do you want to resume your run?
So what I could do is exactly what Fiona just said there, time, and then we're going to write in 10 minutes, okay? 10, colon, 2 zeros there. Okay, so you've got a 10-minute warm-up. We set a 10-minute warm-up. Now it's said, once you've done that 10-minute warm-up, what do you want to do next? Now, I usually end up deleting this to put in a repeat and say, we want, so the repeat was up in the top right. Did you see what I did there? Now I'm going to repeat. I know that cooldown's automatically gone up there, so we can drag that below it. So we're going to repeat 6 times. Click on the plus until we get to 6 times. A run of time in 1 minute, because we're going to do 6 1 minutes. And then recovery time, we'll say 45 seconds. So 0 colon 45 seconds. Okay, so then cool down, we can do lap button press so that we can we'll actually just run back from where we finish our session to home, and we can click stop. So that is a whole session, really. All you're doing there is doing a warm up 6 times 1 minute with 45-second recoveries and cool downs. There's no end to what you could do. So you could add another step in here, another run step. So after the 6 times 1, you could actually then click on 1 mile, and then you could add a repeat in there and do the same as you did before. So time 1 minute. But whatever your coach sets you, you can adapt this to do it. Someone's got their TV on, I think, slightly interfering with the audio. I'm not sure who that is. So do you see
Bob's Mini 4, whoever that is?
Oh, right, is it? I'll mute them then. So do you see it could get more and more complicated? So with this, you've got a warm-up of 10 minutes. You've got 6 times 1 minute. On that. 6 times 1 minute with 45-second reps. Then you've got a mile run. And then you've got another 6 by 1 minute, 45-second rest. And then the cool down for a lap button press. But any of these things can take place in terms of time, distance, lap button press, heart rate, and there was one other, wasn't there? What was the other one?
Pace. You can put a pace in.
Calories.
No, calories. That's it. Calories for the warm up, for the duration. So yeah, now Fiona's ahead of me again. So this mile, what we're going to try and do is we're going to run this mile in 8 minutes. Who fancies that? So we're going to select an intensity target for this particular mile. So the others, we've not got a particularly an intense target, but this one we're going to have. So this is the center of your training intervals. So we click on pace. You can click on speed or cadence or even heart rate zones as well. But we're going to click on pace. And we're going to say we want to do it in 7:50 to 8 minute mile pace. So what that's going to do, as you're running along, that's going to beep at you to say you're going too fast or too slow for the duration of that 1 mile. There's not really much point setting a pace for anything less than a minute for certain, because you'll just keep looking at your watch. And you don't want to keep looking at your watch. You want to be concentrating on your posture and your backward arm drive and all that business on your form. But for the 1 mile, you might want to do a target pace. You got any questions on that?
I'm a bit confused.
Okay.
I've got, because I'm trying to do it on a phone, so I don't have the same size screen that you've got.
No, so on the phone, we're going to cover that a bit later on. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that on the phone, because I've recorded it on the phone. Okay, I've recorded a little bit of video where we could do that. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard. So, sorry, we haven't finished on here yet. Save workout. You see at the top right, it says a blue one. We're saving the workout. Your workout has been saved. You can review it and add notes. So there, if it's all timed as well, it gives you a total time for the session. And then you can send it to your device. If you click on send device, you can send it to your 235 send now. So then, if my phone is, if my device is connected to my computer, it will open Garmin Express, which we're going to go through next, and will send the information to my device. Okay. So let's go back to the dashboard. There's also reports. So Garmin will show you exactly what you've been doing over the past 7 days, 4 weeks, 6 months, or a year as well. Then there's also courses, which I'd love to show you about, but courses is brilliant. It depends whether your device is compatible, but you can work out little courses here, and that you can map out. So what I tend to do is, if I'm going abroad with Fiona, we will go to a kind of a European city or something like that. I kind of work out where all the landmarks are. I then program a course in our Garmin's, both our Garmin devices, and we run around all the landmarks in that particular city. So the first thing we do to get our bearings on the first morning, we get up early. We've never been to this city before. And then within doing an hour's run, we know where everything is. And then we go back, have a shower, go out and enjoy the city, particularly the places that we kind of, I jogged past and Fiona barely saw. I didn't notice that, she'll say. I didn't notice that. Are you sure we ran round here? Yes, we did run round here. You just didn't look. You're going too quick.
I'll do an admission, Sean. It's also useful for cycling because I nicked some of your courses when I was training on my bike. So if you're friends with somebody on Garmin, you can have a look at what they're doing and download their courses or their routes onto your device.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's absolutely brilliant with cycling. That it's phenomenal with cycling. So that's good. And then, so go back to dashboard. It does show on here your devices, so you can have a look at your devices there. I've got a couple of devices. That's Edge 1000 is a cycling device that I've got as well. Also on this Garmin Connect, it does have connections. So these are my friends that I kind of, you can see what they're up to as well. And then you can view your own profile, details here. But what's quite good is this bit here. These are your devices here. Okay, and then if you go to your Forerunner device, you can then click on the user settings. Are you still with me? Hopefully. This is important because this will set your heart rate zones. Okay, now this could be quite important for really good quality training. In fact, I know Fiona's done a lot of heart rate training and really rates it. The only kind of reservation that she's not doing it at the moment, is because the heart rate devices sometimes aren't particularly consistent with their information. The one that she's finding that difficult at the moment. But if you've got something that can give you a consistent heart rate information, what you would do here is your resting heart rate. You would assess when you're resting heart rate. So that's when you're perfectly still and fully rested. It's best to do that first thing in the morning when you first wake up, so you've not had any stresses of the day. Fill in that there. So running and cycling would be the same. Then what you do is, for running, I would try and do 100% efforts, 90 seconds uphill. Do that 3 times, okay, after a really sensible warm-up, and see what you can get your heart rate up to. Click it in that box there. So I managed to get mine up to 190, and my resting is 56. And I'll work out all your zones for you. Zone 1 is between 123 and 136. Zone 2. And then if you look it up, you could do your own research on zones, and you can sit within those zones, and it would help you with endurance or with weight loss or whatever you want it to do. There's different zones for different elements of your training.
It can prevent fatigue as well. So sometimes you'll run an average of 9.5 minute miles for your easy run, and then other days, if you're going by your heart rate, you might have to change that to 10-minute miles. It'll make sure that you've recovered enough to make sure that when you next want to do a session, you hit the paces that you want to hit.
Okay, can you see that now?
Mhm.
That is the download for Garmin Express, okay, which is software that you put on your computer so that Garmin Connect, the stats we just looked at, will sync with your Garmin device, okay? So let me get my Garmin. That's where to download it from, okay? Garmin Express. So how do I get this on there? Stop sharing that. And I'll start sharing that. Now, can you see my Garmin Express?
Yep.
So Edge 1000, that's got 3 bits of information that it needs to update on. That's Fiona's 920 XT, that's all up to date. And I've got a Verb Elite, which is a kind of video camera that sits on my bike. And my Forerunner.
Carry in a minute.
Sorry?
Sorry, I'm talking to someone else.
Oh, right, okay. No worries. So you need to, with the Garmin Express, download that to your computer. And then you need to add a device, which is this one here. It's quite easily done. You just stick your device in, connect it to the lead, connect it into the USB, and that should connect. All of the instructions to connect it there. Okay. And here's my 235. So you can tell it's connected because on the home screen it's got a green dot against it, so you can tell it's connected. These devices aren't connected. Oh dear, that means I'm in trouble because I'm supposed to be connected. Fiona's in. So I'll have to do that later.
I'll have a flat battery.
Yeah, you'll have a flat battery. So this is the sync. I don't need to sync it, but you just click on the sync, but it will do it automatically as soon as you plug it in anyway. And then you've got information about the device. So tools and contents, but this is just a kind of advanced little bits and pieces. And then go back, sorry. And then IQ apps. So I'm not really going to get into IQ apps today, but basically that's software that goes on your device. You can load software onto your device to make it give you different information or appear differently, so the watch face will appear differently. That is a bit more advanced. I could spend an hour just talking about IQ apps as well. But this is the Garmin Connect. So this is the best way. So if you plug your device into your computer, this Garmin Express will come up, and this is the best way to get to your Garmin Connect, which is what we just looked at. Okay, so we've gone around in a big circle now. Okay, you got that? Any questions on the Garmin Express software? So it's just really for syncing your device. So so if you send a workout to your device, you need to sync it up before it'll accept it. Okay. Now I am going to take you to stop sharing that. Right, start sharing. Ooh, why does that not come up? Oh, it has. There we are. Now, can you see that? Let's get it bigger screen.
Yeah.
So this is
Yep.
the Garmin 235. So I've got the Garmin 235 here, and I'm going to talk you through some of the menu. Hopefully this is going to work out. Okay. So that's the main screen showing you the time and the date. The button I just pressed there, that is the power button if you hold it down, or the light button, the backlight button, if you just tap it. Okay. And then we've got, so these are the buttons that we need to be careful of. Then we've got the down and up buttons there. And then over on the left, I was like, that's your lap button, Vicky, that you mentioned. Do you see the little curl with the arrow going clockwise? That's a back button and a lap button.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And then I call that one the run button or enter button. Okay. So that activates anything that you've selected. Okay. So I'm probably going to press that now, am I? Hopefully I am. Now I'm going to go down first, and that's going to show you the heart rate and the activity tracker. So my Garmin's got an activity tracker. I don't use it as an activity tracker, but it will do your activity tracking as well. And the screen before that was just to show your heart rate, because this device has got a heart rate monitor in the back of the watch. And that's the IQ apps as well, and we haven't got any of those installed on it. So that's going back the 3 screens, back to the main screen. And now we're going to hit the run button, I believe, and that takes us to the menu. And this device has got 3 options: the run, other, and bike. Okay, so it's got 3 options, which means that those are the activities you can choose. So run or bike, self-explanatory. Other, I would just use for either walking or a static workout. Okay, but if you go down, you go to the menu. That's the activity settings, training, history, my stats, and settings. Those are so the first one is activity settings. Okay, we're going to go into that, and that is where you alter your data screens. So your data will come up, and you can alter that on this particular device. You can choose between 1 and 4 bits of information on any one screen view, and then you can scroll between those screen views as well. And then you've got alerts as well that can tell you if you're above a certain heart rate or above a certain zone. The laps is the really good one. Okay, what that will do is that will automatically analyze every so often. So that could be every mile or every minute. It would take a kind of sample, and when you get your results through, it will show you how you're getting on that particular lap. So that auto laps without you having to press the lap button. That's always a wise one. There we go. Why is that not? Now we go to auto pause. That's an interesting one as well. So I've got that set to off. But what that will do is that will pause your training. That will pause your Garmin whilst you're stopped or walking very slowly. Okay, so it will only analyze when you're running. So that can be useful if you're likely to kind of stop, or you're a kind of person that keeps remembering to stop you. If you're going to do 2 workouts, you're going to run to play at a shop. You're going to go into a shop or something.
Oh no!
Shop.
I put the wrong number in. Sorry, everybody. Bye bye. Sorry.
What was that?
I put the wrong number in for the wrong meeting. I meant to. Sarah, Declan, Catherine, and us. We've got a quiz going.
It's family. Family.
That's my
what
uncle.
they like.
That's my uncle. That is.
You're in the Garmin Workshop, Paul.
He was. I've removed him now. He's not there anymore. So that's the auto pause off. Sorry about that. The next one is the auto scroll, which is pretty pointless. That will just scroll between the different screens. And then we've got GPS. I always set this to GPS and GLONASS, which is the most accurate GPS reading that you can get. It does take up the most battery. So if you're going to do like a 12-hour ultra or something, you might want to consider doing a kind of a battery saving GPS mode, which you can there. And then you've got the power save timeout as well. Sorry, there's a bit of a pause on this, but there seems to be a bit of a lag when I press play, and I'm pausing it. And then the profile colors, you can change the color of each activity. Now, training is where it's important. This is the good one. So once you've transferred, as we showed you through Garmin Connect, oh, right, didn't mean to do that. Forget that bit. There we go. So basically, once you transferred it, this device will save quite a few different workouts. And you can then select the workout that you want and press enter and do workout. Okay, so that's the workouts, that's where they appear. A training calendar is if you set your workouts in advance and you put them on a calendar, which you could have done on the Garmin Connect, sync it up to the Garmin, and it will come up. So you'll think, what activity am I doing today? And it'll automatically be set there. Then intervals is an easy way to set intervals directly on your watch. You don't have to go into Garmin Express, so Garmin Connect at all, and set your information. You don't even need to do it on your phone. You can actually do it through intervals, and through the fairly user-friendly menu on the intervals. You can set your interval schedule. And then the last one is really good, okay? And not everybody. So that's the do workout. And you can edit the workout by going down one. But this next one's finish time. This is really useful. Because what you could do here, you just click on finish time, and then you select your distance that you want to do. Well, I always use this virtually always on a part run. So I would select 5K as it's selected there, press start. Because it gives you all the distances and a custom distance as well. But hopefully I'll show you here. Go to 5K. Now look, so the actual watch is showing you distance remaining 5K. That's in mileage. 3.11 is 5K in mileage. And at the bottom it tells you your average pace. But all I'm looking at when I set off at Southwick Country Park Run, I get to just about through the woods, and I look down at that middle field there where it says estimated finish time. And that will tell me at the pace that I run from the start line to the end of the woods, if I keep that pace up, exactly what time I will finish my park run in. So I usually go off too quickly and it says something like 22 minutes. I'm thinking I'm in a whole lot of trouble here. But obviously, the more of the 5K you run, the more accurate the reading. But it just disciplines you to try and run at a more even pace. You've just got to nail those first 400 meters, and then you get to that finish time, and it's a really useful bit of kit. I mean, you can use it for any distances you saw there. It's got all the distances preset, and it does a custom distance as well. And if you want to finish a race or a workout in a certain time, all you got to do is program in the distance. You haven't got to worry about the pace. You haven't got to worry about working out the pace. All you know is that estimated finish time. And then as soon as you get to the end of the workout, whatever distance that may be, that will be the finish time. Any questions on that?
Sean, sorry, apologies. How do you get to that predicted finish time bit again? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good point. There we go. So on the 235, let me go back. So basically, you go to the menu on the device, okay, and then you go down to training.
Yep.
And then you go to the bottom of the training, and it's intervals.
Okay, thank you.
Have you got your device in front of you?
Mhm.
And is it a 235?
I think it's a 735. Well, I think that's pretty similar to it.
Yeah,
it looks similar anyway.
Yeah, it is. So
On
down
mine,
to finish time.
It says set a target on my 735, which looks exactly the set or very similar.
Yeah, and mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's set a target rather than finish time.
And then
Set a target. All right.
Time, distance, and pace.
Yeah, so that is a really useful bit of kit that not everybody uses. Not everybody utilizes that bit of kit, but it just saves you having to work out all the paces and all that business. That's what you want to know, really. You want to when you set off, you want to. It'd be great to finish it in a certain time.
Yeah.
And there you go, you that certain time.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Now what am I going to do? Now we're going to go back using the back button. You see that back button I'm pressing there with my right thumb? That takes us back to the menu. And we're going down to the history, which will show you all the activities that you've done on this watch. Steps, totals, it does the activity tracking as well if you want. Then you go to my stats. This is interesting as well. So there's a recovery advisor. I expect some of you have seen that come up on your watches, where you kind of do a long run and it says you've got like 48 hours recovery or something ridiculous. So,
Yes.
obviously, look, I got so you could go back. So that briefly comes up after your workout. However, you can go back in where I've just shown you there and have a look at how much time is remaining from your recovery time. So if you've kind of lost track because you only got a glimpse of it when you finished your run, you can go back and have a look. Okay, recovery time 0. Now the VO2 max, that's another section that some people miss out on. The VO2 max is a kind of sign of how your level of fitness. Now the one on the watch isn't particularly top level accurate, but the way that I see it is that it's only relative to yourself. And if it's going up, you're getting fitter. If it's going down, you're not getting fitter. You're getting less fit. So I'll show you here the VO2 max. I think I'm at 45 probably. I'm usually around 45, 46, which is quite a good level. But so you can see there that I'm 45 VO2 max. So using my watch on a regular basis, it'll assess my VO2 max, but it's only an estimate. And you can see it's got 5 zones around there. I think my finger is covering up 2 of the zones. But you can see that I'm kind of above average, which is nice. So there's a zone here. And then this is the top, excellent. I think this is very good, average, and not so good, or something like that. But those are... I bet you're all above me, but never mind.
You know what, Sean? I just checked mine and I'm 45 as well.
Hey, I was there's Mark Sampson.
There you go.
This has got 41.
I'm as strong as Samson. That's what I'm going to tell people.
There you go. To be fair, though, my 45 is only good. It's in the middle bar, not the one above it. So,
okay. Now, this race predictor, I'm going to show you this, but don't believe a word of it. I've never known
But
this.
I just looked at mine and it's so not right.
That is not possible. Okay.
How can you do it like that? No, it's not funny.
No, 3:41 for a marathon. That's the joke. So I would totally ignore the race predictor. I don't know why they've got that so bizarrely inaccurate, but everyone's device. I think Fiona's yours is a little bit more accurate than mine, though, Fiona, isn't it?
To be honest, I use that on the app, not on the watch, on the device.
Yeah, but I think it's the same information.
No, it is accurate. It's really good. But
accurate.
you've got to set it to your preference. So if you're better at longer distance, then you've got to set it slightly differently, haven't you? Got to put
I see what you're on about race pace, aren't you? Race pace. No, this one's set based on what you're supposed to be based on what your training is on the Garmin.
Yeah, that's
the race
if
pace
all distances, which is like not particularly accurate.
The race pace app is based on actual results, so that's much better. You stick your actual results in there, it's a bit better. So we'll continue on this 235. Go down to your records. This is quite interesting. So it's got running records and cycling records, and it'll tell you what the fastest mile you've ever done, what the fastest 5K, fastest 10K, fastest half marathon, and your longest run. So that's saved into your phone. That syncs up with your Garmin device, with your Garmin Connect as well. And then you've got your user profile, which is something that you can set from your Garmin Connect, and it'll synchronize up automatically. So you go down to my stats, down to settings. This is heart rate monitor. So this particular device I can use as a heart rate monitor only. So that will send the information to my Edge 1000 on my bike, and it will send the information over to that. So it will act as so it will just display what my actual heart rate is. So I stick that on my wrist, stick it on heart rate monitor, and broadcast heart rate, and that just goes straight to my Garmin on my bike. So that's a useful feature of the 235. I think the 735's probably got it as well. So heart rate, there you go, and you can broadcast your heart rate. So the broadcast the heart rate, that's why I'm double pointing at that, is that's the feature you click on, and it will send it as though you're wearing a heart rate monitor. So you could use it even if you had another device as well, really. That wasn't a. So what I've done before, Fiona's 920 XT has not got the sensor in the back of the watch. So in order for her to get a consistent heart rate, she wasn't getting it off her chest strap. She used mine as a heart rate monitor on one wrist, sending the signal to a 920 XT on the other wrist to get a more accurate heart rate monitor. Now, then you go down to down to sensors and accessories. That is how to link up your Bluetooth. Using Bluetooth, you could link up your heart rate monitor on your bike. You could link up a speed sensor, cadence sensor, all those kinds of bits and pieces as well. Then you've got your Bluetooth setting as well to make it discover on the Bluetooth. And sync up with your alarms as well. So sync up with your app, sorry. And then go to alarms.
Sean,
Activity tracking here as well. Sorry, Holly.
Sorry, when you say that you can connect it to accessories and sensors, can you connect it to Swift?
Well, yes. Yeah, you can. So you need the Ant Plus dongle stuck in your computer to do that. But yes, you can. Okay. But you need your Ant Plus dongle to do that.
Thanks.
No worries. So that's the system settings as well. I think that's probably it for the 235. So now I brought in the 920 XT. This is Fiona's one. This is a much more expensive thing. I think the 235 is probably 150, 180, something like that. This one I'm pointing at now is probably nearer. Well, it's probably been superseded by the 935, is it, or something like that? But the 920 XT, I think, was about 400 quid when it was brand new. But this hasn't got a sensor in the back, but it does use a chest sensor called an HRM run, which gives you more information. So with this watch, you've got many more activity settings. You've got triathlon, and you've got run indoors, bike indoors, pool swim, open water, hiking. You've got loads and loads of things. So, and it's got a lock as well, so you need to press the function button and the enter button to unlock it. So I'm calling this the function button down here. The up and downs are on the right hand side here, and it's almost identical, isn't it, to the 235? All this does is takes more information. I mean, in some ways, it's a little bit weird because this hasn't got a heart rate monitor in the back, where the cheaper one has. But the thing with this one is it will give you vertical oscillation and loads much more running statistics and analysis, and it also does navigation, as you can see there.
He's showing us it. You can put the Cotswold Way on navigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just keep following the arrow. So I don't know why it's gone to that, but that's not what we want.
What's it gone to play?
Sorry, this is the next video. We don't want that.
Oh.
So I don't know what. Stop sharing that. So we go back.
Did you do the workouts on that?
No, I didn't do the workouts on the 920, but I showed you where to do the intervals on the 235, didn't I?
But the main kind of benefit of having a workout put in onto your gadget, onto your device, is so that you don't have to look at your watch when you're running.
Yeah.
So it will beep at you to tell you've started the workout, and it will give you a few beeps that are too low if you're running too slow, and a few beeps that are too high if you're running too. And then when you're in the right zone, it'll just go beep. So you don't actually have to look at it at all, which is really helpful if you've got lots of different paces that you're going to do. If you're going to do a 2-minute rep and a 4-minute rep and a 6-minute rep, you literally don't have to do anything apart from just listening out for that beep. It really helps you get into the right rhythm and the right speed without having to keep checking every few minutes. Am I doing it? Have I got to stop and wait and pause?
I also think it comes up with faces like the 920, didn't it?
You get a smiley face or sad face on the 920.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
And a nice little tune when you finish to say, you've completed your workout.
So now I'm going to go on to the Garmin app, which is on your phone. What I'm going to show you though is it's on an iPad, just to try and show you a little bit more detail. You'll have to forgive me because this is the only way I could work out on how to record a screen share. So I just had a camera above. Can you see it? You can see my iPad?
Yeah.
On the iPad, it'll just show Garmin and Strava apps, both exactly the same as they would be on the phone app. Just slightly bigger. Okay. So look, there's the Garmin Connect app. You can see where my finger is now. That's the app there. Okay. So I click on that. Then it loads it up. Can you hear the volume as well? Was that just me? Oh, good. Right. So this is the main screen. This is called My Day. Okay. And it's got 5 functions down the bottom. There's My Day, calendar, workout activities, and more. Okay. So that's basically, that's my weight. Blimey, I didn't know it was going to show you my weight. I bet you're flabbergasted. I bet you thought I was 150 pounds, really. But BMI, that's not good. Don't look at that. So there's the calendar. That shows you the activities that you've done. But like I said, you could set activities for the future, and that would show on your calendar as well. And it would then come through once you sync your watch up. So that when on that particular day, that would come to the fore. Now, here's the workouts, okay? Now, this is what Sarah was on about earlier. This is how to, you go onto workouts there, and you can find a workout that's to do with, in fact, it'll show you that. I think find a workout is something that you'd use only if you wanted to have some idea of some workouts. Garmin will give you some ideas. They got some set workouts for you. But if you want to create a workout, what you would do, so these are all the workouts I've got programmed in. So you can save them on your app, you can save them on the Garmin Connect, and then you can just upload them to your device as and when you want them. So you click on them and then upload them to the device. But here, I'm not going to create a workout, but I'll show you how to create a workout. So there you go. You've got create a workout. So what do you want to create? Run, bike, pull, swim, strength, or whatever. Great workouts in this. So here we go now. So it works in exactly the same way as Garmin Connected, as in warm up, run, cool down. That's exactly what appeared on the Garmin Connect one, if you remember rightly. So I'm not going to go through it all again because it's just exactly the same with a slightly different menu, and you can do all the same features as if you had it on Garmin Connect. At the end of it, you would then click send to device, and it will send it via Bluetooth this time as well. Okay, so that's the default one.
And look, you can.
And then you go to activities, and it shows you exactly what activities you've got. You can click on all activities if you want to show all of them, but you've got your running activities. And then this is the more page where you can do challenges with friends. This is what people have been up to. A news feed's what people have been up to and how they've got on. And then you've got your health stats. That links up with other apps within the device. The sleep, weight, calories in and out, heart rate, hydration. So you can even monitor how much you're drinking and things like that.
Sean, have you got menstrual cycle on yours?
No, I don't think I have actually. I've forgotten that one.
I have.
The females have menstrual cycle on it, do they?
Yeah, and it asks you for updates, and it'll ask you for your symptoms to fill in each month.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you put in male, you're not going to get your menstrual cycle. That's it. Yeah, no. But I think that you've hit on a good thing there, Holly, really, because I think menstrual cycle does affect training females quite significantly, from what Fiona tells me anyway. Performance stats. So here you go. This is that information that was also on the watch. the VO2 max. Look, excellent. Oh my word, I'm excellent. So there you go. But what's better on this one, it shows you what you've done over the last 4 weeks, 12 weeks, or 6 months. So look, don't change much. So I think I've changed between 46 and 45 over 12 weeks. I think over 6 months, I went down to 44 once as well. But that just showed that is a really good thing to go in if you get a chance, if you've got some data already in there, and shows you what level your fitness is going, the direction your fitness is going. It's a really good indicator. Now, this is training effect, okay? So if you want to know how much of an effect your exercise has had, your interval or your session has had on your overall fitness, this is the training effect. It's a number out of 5. And it suggests that if you, the higher the number, the better the training is, in theory, okay? And how much of an effect it has on you. I'm not kind of sure on the science behind it and how accurate that is, but it is quite rewarding when you come back and the training effects over 3. That's quite nice. You know, if you get it over 4, even better. But not many of mine are over 4.
Where was training in effect? Where was training effect?
Sorry?
Where was that inside of training effect? Performance.
So that's in performance stats. You see? Under performance stats, VO2 max and training effect. Ignore the power curve and the functional threshold power. Because that's just related to biking, really. Oh yeah, look, there you go. There's my training effects. I've got some 1.3, some 1.4s. I probably just walked around a block or something.
Maybe mine needs an update. I haven't got that.
But it all helps. I think as long as it's above a 1, your training effect is good, really. So.
Did you say that was an extra one underneath VO2 max?
Yes.
Yes, I've only got VO2 max, power curve, and functional threshold power.
That will be because, are you using heart rate monitor?
I've got one.
But do you use it?
It's attached. It's inside the watch.
Is it? So it does that as well.
Should do then.
Mine's not what you've got. Mine's a Vivo Active-E music-y thing.
Maybe that doesn't feature on that though, but I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It could be that it needs an update.
Maybe.
That's drunk.
So ignore the power curve and the functional threshold power. That's to do with power meters on cycles. Training there. That's the training menu. That's courses, segments. The segments is directly now Garmin working in with Strava, so that doesn't really come into effect. The courses. That's what I was saying about earlier, whereby really with courses it's a little bit easier on a bike because you've got a computer in front of you. But like I said, when we go to European cities, we use courses and just follow an arrow. And Pacing Pro Strategy, that's a third-party thing as well. Then the gear, this is quite interesting because basically you can see at the top there, you've got footwear, you've got bikes, you've got some other bits and pieces as well. But the footwear, you can add a certain shoe and then tell Garmin that's what shoe you use on that particular activity. And it will monitor the mileage on your shoe. Now, they're saying that shoes last about 400 miles. And I think if you're fairly new to the sport and you don't really know whether your shoe's worn or not, the best thing to do, and the advantage you've got of AVR, is you can go up and ask someone experienced and say, have a look at my shoes, do you think they're worn through? The really important thing to prevent injury is to make sure you don't wear your shoe out. If you wear your shoe out, you've worn it too long. Just before, the mile before it's worn out is the best time to get rid of it. Okay, so this may help you track the lifespan of your shoe. Okay, so you can tap add there and add in a certain shoe. So you give it a name or whatever. Same with the bike, to be honest, but you know, not everyone, we're not here to talk about bikes, but I've got my bikes. I can talk bikes all day if you want. So that's gear done. Insights is quite interesting, and I want to know whether you've got insights on yours actually, Jay.
Yes, I do.
Because insights, this, if you want a morale booster, this is fantastic. Because I know you probably all run further than me, and I run further than 74% of other users. So that's not 74% more than everybody in the human race. This is just people that use Garmin. We're all super fit people, you would suggest.
That's helped me out a bit, because although I'm not running, it's told me something very nice about cycling. I'm gonna hold on to that.
Yeah, I bet it does. So how many percentage do you ride faster than, Jay?
81.
81. Look at that. I ride faster than 68% of others. I've been looking at your Stravas, isn't it? You're riding really well. So there you go. So those insights, check your insights out when you get a chance. They are well worth it. Then you've got connections with your friends, and then there's got groups as well. Your connections, I tend to do that more through Strava rather than Garmin. So that is the app. Any questions on the Garmin app? Any questions on the Garmin app?
On insights on mine, I've only got steps and sleep. Is there a way I can add running to that?
Sorry, say that again. I got interrupted.
On my insights page, all I've got is steps and sleep. It doesn't have running or cycling on.
But do you use your device for running and cycling?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's at the top. There's like an edit button on mine.
Yeah, there's a little pencil.
I was just clicking buttons as we were going. So brilliant. Yep, just found that one brilliant.
Have I sorted that for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a genius. Right then, have we got time, or shall I call it a day? Because I could go through Strava.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Strava.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock,
You've got to
you'll do the clap and then come back.
Do it as another club, another evening, because this has been fab. I've learned.
Yeah,
so much.
I'm thinking we'll do Strava next time.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
You can even touch on cycling.
To be honest, like you've noticed, I've gone proper nerdy. It's proper loads of information. I love it, but the fact is to take it all in and then start Strava. I think we'll do Strava as a completely separate. And I'm quite happy to do that.
Then you can have some kind of questions that when you've given people a chance to try out all the different bits on it, and then they can ask you some questions. Say, I can't get that right, or I can't find that, or can you remember? And we can do some questions and answers on it, as well as the Strava.
Luckily for me, Fiona and Jay will give me some feedback. I know they will. But if anyone else can give me some feedback on how I could have done it better, that would be fantastic. But I can rely on Fiona and Jay to sort me out. But that's something. It's something new for me. I've not done any teaching before, really, other than coaching. I don't do any teaching, and I've definitely done nothing like this with screen sharing. And I've kind of come up with this, and I hope it worked out for you. And
I do actually teach people using webinars, part of my job, and it's been lovely. You've kept it at a really nice pace. The visual was fantastic, and you went through it so slowly that we could actually sit here and go through our own devices. So it's been excellent. I've just set up what I thought I couldn't do, which is fantastic. Thank you.
That sounds brilliant, Sarah. Thanks so much. I do worry that you're a very nice person, though, and that you just said some nice. I know Jay and Fiona aren't quite so nice, so they'll tell me honestly.
No, it's been really good. I've learned an awful lot about it that I would never have learned if someone hadn't given me the confidence.
But I also think it's kind of, for people who don't know what they're doing, it's great. But I have some knowledge of, but there were still two things that you've said today that I didn't realise I could do. So that's helpful. Like little quicker tips.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One thing I have done actually is I didn't realise I was doing it, but I have recorded it, and I was going to ask you at the beginning: is it okay if I give this to Katie Nicholas to put on AVR TV? Because some other people might benefit from it as well, mightn't they?
I think so, definitely.
Yeah,
if anyone's got any objections, email me or write to me, and I won't put it up. Okay, and you can do that anonymously, because I realise that that's probably against GDPR, me recording it without telling you. So I forgot about that. So apologies, but I'll destroy it. If anyone says it, I'll destroy it. Not a problem. Okay.
And Sean, did you say you're happy to tag on to the one that we've got in place to go on again to do with the Strava one?
Yeah, I'll definitely do the Strava one. You just tell me the date that you want me to do that. 7 o'clock on a Thursday is ideal. I think that's an ideal time. So that's when we're kind of doing most of them. I know next week is probably not 7 o'clock on a Thursday. It's a nutrition one, isn't it? Let's advertise next week's, Jay.
So yeah, next week it is Claire Wood, who's a nutritionalist. If you've got questions, please send them to me in advance. She'll be doing a bit of an overview about fueling your body. And that's going to be on Thursday at 7. She originally said Tuesday, but she's definitely going to do next Thursday at 7. And once this is finished,
same time.
we'll put up another event for that. So.
Okay.
Are you planning on doing yours next Thursday, Sean?
No, because there's a waiting list of people to do it.
Brilliant. Okay.
The Strava one won't take so long. I don't believe the Strava one takes long, but I believe it's probably more interesting. It'd be more interesting, a little bit less nerdy. Well, maybe.
Can I give you a question for the Strava one in advance?
Go on.
How to create your own segments. It's something I've never done.
Oh, I'll do that.
Oh, we've just been doing that.
Thank you, Sean.
Create your own.
you.
One thing I wanted to ask actually, does anyone know if they can create their own on the free account? Me and Fiona have got paid accounts.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Martin's saying no, I think.
You can.
Who's saying yes? Who's saying no?
Yes.
Who's saying yes?
Yeah, you can, Holly. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay. You always could, but someone told me you couldn't, and I just want to check that. So I've added that to the list of things I'm going to do on the Strava one. So that's create your own segments. All right, thank you so much, everyone. That's exactly now we got to clap the NHS.
Thank you very much.
See ya.